Yeah, I was here. I'm here. I was just out of the room for a second. How you doing, Manel? So you're gonna leave already? So how you doing, Manel? Good to see you.
Sorry.
Hey, you.
How you doing?
Good. You're looking good.
Am I? Oh, well, so I bought these. Sorry, I bought these tickets to go and see like a Spanish flamenco troupe in Edinburgh for
Oh
my
yeah.
birthday. I mean, my birthday is like 4 days away, but I bought these in December. But
Wow.
I did a really. I'm really scared of heights. I was literally having a panic attack for the whole 2 hours I was there. I bought seats up in the upper level. Oh man, it was like, oh my god, what have I done? And it was nearly,
Yeah.
well, it was like 76 quid or something like that. Something
Wow.
70 quid. But I took my old fisherman friend with me. He's a good boy, really good man. And
Yeah.
you should have seen the leg room in this. I mean, it was an amazing. It's the Usher Hall in Edinburgh. It's a beautiful building. I mean, there's huge old buildings there. But
Yeah.
once you get, I mean, it's really scary. You literally are just about to be able to stand, and then there's no leg room. And we're both old gits. He's like 68 and I'm 55.
Right.
So the music, the dancing, and the singing was all wonderful, but it was like the environment and loads of people, and actually loads of people walked out because it was so bad, the seating and that. I don't think it was even the music; it was just. And then we had to get the last train, so we had to miss like the encore and all that, and just get out of there basically. But yeah, it was good. Got a nice sunset going over the Fourth Rail Bridge, over the fourth, Firth of Forth. Honestly,
Huh.
it's beautiful. It's like America. I mean, everywhere in the world is beautiful when you are away from cities.
Right.
Anyway, that was my thing, and I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah.
So,
So
how are you
overall, you had
anyway?
overall you had a good time though.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Well, that's good.
walking, and it was cold, and I get ear problems with wind chill. It starts to hurt inside my head. It's like really, really bad. So I'm not
Yeah.
good with cold weather. I'm a tropical
Yeah.
bird.
I heard that. I hate the cold weather. Hey, Watt. How
Mm.
you doing today? Good to see you, man.
Hiya, what? Hang on, I'm just going to blow my nose. Hold on a sec.
Not a problem. Just don't let it happen again. Ah.
That's funny.
I know I'm funny looking, but that's beside the point, right?
Larry, you're not funny looking.
I'm being silly.
I know. You're not funny looking, trust me. How's Anna? And how's your
uh,
boy?
she seems to be doing a little better. I saw my son yesterday. We had a good visit together. He showed me some things about broadcasting and different things I could do. So that was kind of
Cool.
cool.
So he's taking you up. He's he's showing you how to learn about the tech and all that stuff.
Yeah, it took him a minute to get the cobwebs out of his brain because he said he hadn't used that program in quite a while, but he got it figured out. It
Yeah,
took,
we
took him,
forget, don't we? We do. We
yeah.
forget. Yeah. hmm
Well,
Sorry.
it's muscle memory. You know, when you do things all the time, you remember it pretty quick, and then when you don't, you lose it because of all the
Right.
other bullshit that we're experiencing day to day. It just gets clogged up full of hogwash.
Mm. Well, I mean, look, I mean, for me, and I'm sure I'm not alone, but there's a thing that we know in our heart that we come here to. When I say play, it's to experience this realm and the beauty of it, and all that good stuff, because we're
Yeah,
aspects of that beauty, And then there's these, whatever you want to call them. I like to use the term Borg because it describes them perfectly. They just want to. They want to put things inside you that are just so wrong and disgusting, and you know what I mean. It's like so dystopian and unhuman, and it doesn't reflect with like consciousness and heart and how you feel. We
yeah.
overthink, and I'm really guilty of overthinking. So I mean, well, granted, I mean, we're all kind of a little bit in an echo chamber, so we're kind of preaching to the converted. This is
Right.
well known.
Got any
So,
plans
has he
for
got more
the day?
music out? What,
What?
me? Well, yeah, I've got plans, but there's like just housekeeping kind of plans, so it's nothing exciting, really.
Yeah. Did you happen to see yesterday's stream?
No, I was at the theatre in Edinburgh. I left here at
That's
about
right. It was
just before
funnier than
4.
hell. We
Gin.
were laughing. We were laughing with each other for over an hour. It was funnier than fucking hell. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what happened here
I
in
bet.
just a second.
Is that Paul's thing? Is it?
I'll tell you here
All
what
right, no
happened
worries.
in a second.
I'm listening.
I'm taking a hit right now, so give me a second.
Man, those trains! Wow. Good God.
Yeah, they're right
How do
down
you
the
handle
street.
that? That's so noisy, man. Wow. All right. Right, you tell me your story, please. I'm listening. I'm going to mute myself.
So you know how when we're on this broadcast, sometimes we'll one of us will start speaking the truth and StreamYard or YouTube, or somebody starts messing with you, starts making you, glitch out and robot out and stuff. Well, it all started a couple days ago, really. Moose was trying to talk about him going to the drugstore. And every time, this happened for over an hour, he was sitting there trying to talk about the drugstore. And every time he said drugstore, he would, and he'd freeze and all this shit, right? So he started to get frustrated, and he's all like, fuck, I want to tell these people this story about the fucking drugstore, but they won't let me. So he goes, so I went to the store to get a water bottle, and I picked up 3 water bottles. And as soon as he started talking about water bottles, they let him say basically whatever he said. And so we kind of laughed about it. And then so yesterday, Moose again started talking about something, and they wouldn't let him talk about it. And so finally you could see the light bulb lit up again, and he's all right. So I grabbed this water bottle, and he started talking about the water bottle again, and they'd let him say what the fuck he ever wanted. And then they were messing with Mary. Every time Mary said something, she was all, oh. all freezing and shit. So she grabs her water bottle and starts talking about water bottle. And soon as she starts talking about the water bottle, they let her say whatever she fucking wants to say, right? So we go along in this, and every time somebody'd start to glitch, Sly would grab her water bottle, put it on the side of her head like this. Mary would put her water bottle on top of her fucking head. I'd put my water bottle and I'd talk into it. And as long as we had these fucking water bottles up on screen or talking about water bottles, we could say whatever in the fuck we wanted. But, but it's like
Larry, I think
anytime
it
we
might have something to
anytime
do
we
with
put
Nestle.
water bottles
Nestle.
down,
Remember the name
uh,
Nestle, don't you?
yeah, it was funny. Yeah, we
But do you
enjoyed
think it might
ourselves
have something
yesterday.
to do with Nestle? Because don't forget, Nestle is one of the big corporates.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well, they go around the world and drain local water resources, and put it in bottles. The CEO, the head guy, who's I don't know if he's Swiss or French or Canadian. He's like all of those. He said,
right.
well, some decades ago, he said, well, yeah, people should actually pay for water. No,
Yeah,
that's a natural resource. It's for all sentient beings. I'm sorry. But go and have a look at Nestle. They're very disturbing. There's been villages and towns that have tried to take out lawsuits against Nestle, and Nestle are in all your pet products, all your sweets. They're literally everywhere. They're just like all the other big conglomerates.
yeah,
It's just know where your food comes from. You keep it simple, you're not going to have a problem, even if it is GMO grown. I mean, there's all the pollens and the insects. We whatever shape it is, we live in an environment where everything interacts. We all
yeah,
interact, whether we like it or not. We do. That's what we are. We are nature. I keep saying this. I'm sorry. It's true though. You know, and
yeah,
God or whatever you want to call this thing, this was designed perfectly, absolutely perfectly. It was balanced until some weird thing come in, and it's a long time ago. I mean, they've been doing this for a very long time, and we're talking many, many centuries, if not thousands of years. So it's not new.
yeah.
And
Hey, Sly,
just
good.
stay right with yourself. Hey, Sly. I can't see the chat. Right, go
And
on.
you
Larry,
got to admit,
your fault.
Sly. You got to admit, Sly, you were laughing as hard as the rest of us were yesterday. We had. I was laughing so hard my stomach was hurting. I was snorting.
If
I
you
was
can't have a laugh
crying.
in these times, then what can we do? You know?
It was great. It was good for all of us. We need more laughter. Definitely heals the body, soul, and the heart. Kind of tired this morning. Oh, she's look. Is that the same cat that was sick?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
I was gonna say he's looking
I'm.
pretty
It's still
good.
fingers. Yeah, he was so good when I came home last night. I had a bag in here with some stuff in it, and he'd literally torn it all over the room. I was like, oh no! And because the house is a pit because my parents, I don't know what they were doing, but it's all stacked everywhere. So he'd just gone into things. You know what I mean? Because he's a tiger and he doesn't go out. He doesn't want to go out. So his domain is in the house. So he's like, oh, I'm going to investigate. Let's go and see what's in here. Like a little child, you know? We did it as
Yeah.
a child. I did it. So I totally get that. But it was like, oh, no, no. So I was home at like, I think it was like after midnight. It took so long with the trains and I don't do trains. I really don't like it. But by the time I was home, it was like nearly 1. So, you know, and all the animals were going, oh, we want food. Give us food. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's all right. It is what it is.
So I was checking out this new broadcasting service this morning. I think I'm going to play with it a little bit more. It looks a little better than StreamYard. It's got more options. It's got like sound effects and all kinds of shit built into it. So it seemed kind of cool. I played with it a little bit this morning. And it seems a little cheaper than StreamYard too, so that's cool. Like here
The
it costs me
StreamYard charges though.
here it costs me 25, a little over $25 a month, and there it'd be only like $19 a month.
So hang on a minute. They're charging you about, say, 20 quid a month. You know, in
It's like
British
$26 a
pounds.
month. $26.
Sheesh.
If you paid for the whole
I mean,
year,
StreamYard's not terrible.
if you paid for the whole year, it'd only cost $20 a month. But since I can't afford a whole year at one time, it costs me $25.
Right. Yeah, I get that. Well, this is what they do to us. I mean, it's over here in the UK, insurance and road tax is a little bit different to over there. But yeah, you're right, Larry. They do. If you do it in one fell swoop, you know, you pay the whole thing for the year, you do get a bit off, but it's actually not that much. That's quite a big difference that they're charging you per month. That is a big
that'd be like $60 a year more.
That's a lot. So let's call it 50 quid a year. I mean, but I've lost my lighter. I'm gonna have to use a crappy one now. Right.
I took it.
It's a cooker lighter. Cooker lighter. You can't fail with a cooker lighter. Well, maybe you can. Let's see.
And you know what's funny about those things is they're pretty cheap and they're all refillable.
Yeah, this one is, but it kind of disintegrates. I mean, the little thing in the middle falls out and it's kind of moody. And I find a lot of these lighters, once you warm them up in your hand, then they light.
Yeah. Yeah, they're put together pretty cheap, and they are pretty cheap, but
China.
I think it's funny how you can buy one of those about the same price as a damn Bic, and a Bic you can't refill, and those you can.
This is true. Yay, I won.
Yeah.
So where's all your aminals? Is there one asleep next to you? I can see it, something furry.
Yeah, that's
There's a stripey there.
That's Mischief.
Hello, Mischief.
Is
Mischief quite close to you then?
She's my buddy. It's funny, like she knows my routine pretty good, and so like at nighttime, you know, I always use the restroom before I go to bed. So she'll run into the bathroom with me, and you know, like, hey, Dad, getting ready for bed. And, you know, do my thing, and by the time I put the seat back down, she'll run into the bedroom and wait for me to crawl in bed. she'll sit there above my
Does
head
she,
on the
does she sleep by your feet? Does she
no,
sleep by your feet, or does she tuck herself in by your tummy?
what she'll do is she'll sit up on the shelf before I get in bed, and then once I get in bed, she'll meow at me, and I'll lift the covers up, and then she'll come underneath the covers and curl up by my belly and
Oh,
lay there. Sometimes she'll be
gosh.
there just for a couple minutes. Sometimes she'll be there for hours.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tobin's the same. I mean, he's been with me since he was like 8 weeks. And the dogs are that it's not the same kind of environment for the dogs. They came from quite a disturbing background, so they can't really be in the house per se, just running around because they'll just destroy everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, he and the other cat as well. They're both very close. They'll come and they'll sleep with you, tuck themselves in or by your feet. My cats over the years, they always seem to like by my feet. I don't know what it is, but that's what they do generally. So they'll start by my tummy, that's kind of spoon with me. Animals
right.
do that. They like to spoon.
Yeah,
And then when they've had enough, they go, right, I'll go over here because you're moving about too much for me.
yeah. Oh, damn it.
So your son's helping you with the tech then?
Yeah, he said he's gonna. I guess he's got today off too. He said he's gonna try to look up a few things for me, and hopefully we'll get together and he'll show me a couple other things.
You should take some notes though, so you can remember stuff because we can't remember everything. You just have a little pad where you can jot little bits down, so you remember certain. Because using tech can be confusing for a lot of people. So if
Yeah,
you write down your steps in what you're doing, whatever it may be, you will remember. Because once you write it, you don't forget.
yeah.
With spelling.
We recorded a lot of what we did yesterday, so I can kind of go back and look at how we did things and
Okay,
stuff. So that'd be cool.
that's good. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm no computer programmer, but I did learn a lot through from the early 80s because I had a friend who was a really good programmer. Actually, he was a low-level C++ programmer, so he was writing software for I mean, him and his brother wrote their own game, right? What's it called? Laser. It's one of them laser shooting games, where you go into a big warehouse and it's got all
Yeah,
strategic setups.
that's
Laser
cool.
Quest.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's called Laser Quest. Him and his brother wrote Laser Quest. They got ripped off though. They didn't put a back door in their software to shut it off, so they got totally ripped off. And I do believe Laser Quest is maybe not anywhere else, but it's definitely going in this country.
yeah.
So, but he also worked Omron and various other. Omron's massive. They're Japanese. You can
It
find
got
lots of, especially in the medical industry.
Yeah, it got pretty
Sorry.
famous here for a while. I'm not sure how big it is now, but I know it was kind of famous for a while. We have a place that's not too far from here. It's putt putt golf. It's got arcade and it's got laser tag all in the same building. They have pretty good pizza there too.
Food's always good. Well, I mean, look, there's what he did teach me. I mean, and he was a engineer as well, so he taught me a lot about how to fix things on your boiler. When you got problems and pressure and cleaning out the system. Really basic, simple stuff that anyone can do.
Yeah.
Bleeding a system, bleeding your radiators, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. Um, and what you said about going back to the programming, because that's quite an important factor where we are right now. Anyone is that the way programmers right now, and they haven't, in fact, for probably the last 20 years, they haven't been writing their software in a way that you can reutilize what you're writing. And this is what he did. And so he would write programs that he could reutilize. So if he got another job with another company and we want you to do this, so it does that, he can go into things he's written before and go, well, I wrote that and that does this, and I can reuse that, and I don't have to write any of that code again at all.
Right.
It's there.
Right.
So it's like a reusable code, right? And he
Right.
taught me this. He taught me that even though I'm not a programmer, I totally got it. And he said, programmers are not the way they were in the 70s. Not the same. Because they
Right.
wrote different. They just a different way. It's like everyone has a different way of writing. If you write or read,
Right.
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 And this kind of goes across the board. So it goes literally through from your mechanics and, cars or whatever. It's the mechanics of today are not the mechanics of yesterday, of say 40 years ago, definitely
Right.
not. Anyway, that was my tuppence.
Man, I don't know why I'm tired this morning.
I know. You've been walking in your sleep. I'm only kidding.
Probably was doing the walkabout.
I was walking in Edinburgh. Yeah.
That's what you
I walk in my sleep a lot.
got to do that walkabout. As the Australians say.
Absolutely.
We
Gotta go
almost
walk
when I was a kid, me and my mom almost moved to Australia in I think the early 70s. Back then, they were actually paying Americans to live there.
Yeah. I had an opportunity once, and it was in the late 80s, and we somehow got this Australian guy who'd come over. It was so random, you couldn't make this up. He was looking for a place. He landed from Australia, and this was it's not North, Boreham Wood, right? Boreham Wood, which is North Harrow. And he landed. He put a note in the window, and he was literally standing or sitting in this place. Had nowhere to live. We were like a bunch of folk sharing a house. None of us were related. It was the late 80s. There was a lot of it about. It probably still is. But anyway, this guy come along. He was a lovely guy, lovely guy. And he actually sponsored me to go and live in Australia. And I never took him up on it. And I've so regretted it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't remember how much money it was, but I think I remember it was actually a pretty good wage that they'd pay you to live there.
Oh yeah.
They were trying to get people to move in there. I guess for a while they needed people to live there basically because everybody was leaving for a while, I guess, and so they were trying to get Americans to move there, and they'd actually pay you to live there. I'm not sure why we didn't go. I know we got pretty close. Something happened. I'm not sure what, but
Well, there's another funny thing actually, which goes back a few years, and I remember Canada. Canada was inviting people to come across from the UK and various other parts of Europe, and I was really into it because it was like, oh, nobody locks their doors, everybody's in love and kumbaya and all that stuff. Oh yeah, man, that sounds great. And I mean, I've got family in America and Canada and Sri Lanka and France and Germany, all over the place. So I was like, Canada, man, that's beautiful. And I was seriously considering this. And it's
Yeah.
really weird because life took me on another path, and I didn't forget about Canada because I've got family there, but it kind of didn't seem relevant anymore. And then have a look at Justin Castro now. So it's like, life does this.
Yeah, we're damned if we do and damned if we don't anymore.
Well, I'm now at the top of the narrow land, and it's cold. Well, I mean, it's strangely been warm. It's really weird. It's supposed to be way colder at this time of the year. This is my birth month. February's my birthday month, so it's usually been freaking freezing, and it's not. And I'm really happy. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, And I mean, I pay attention to all the SAI nonsense, if you know what I'm talking about, or anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're being inundated from every direction by dirty things that what I call the Borg have brought in. So I call them the Borg because that's the best term I can come up with. But I think we need to start standing up just a little bit, in whatever way we can. I mean, we're not all like Bezosters and, we don't have that kind of money. But we do have choice. There's a thing called choice.
Right.
And connecting with folk that also choose, freedom above.
They're trying to even take away our choice, though, all the time,
Well, they can't because that's our inherent right. We're born with it. We were with it before we were born, and we will be with it when we born. There's something they can't. This is the thing. Not religious, but here's the thing. This is what I get from them: is that they are entities, okay, for want of a better word, that are denying their connection to great source or great consciousness or God or whatever you want to call this. It's an energy, and we are aspects of that energy. It's not. I'm not trying to be God. I'm just trying to say that we're aspects of it. I'm trying to show something that I feel, and I've always felt this. It's not something I learned in a classroom or by some preacher or something, And I've listened to a lot of folk. And I'm sure you have too, Larry.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Do you know what? I've just got just excuse me for a little suggestion, but why don't you open your lives with a piece of music from your boy? Ask him if he's up for that, because it'd be really good, and you can, show.
I have a few times. He's got a shorter, he's got one that he's doing now that's kind of like a short interlude. I'm going to think if I can try to find it again and then paste that, interlude in with it, because all the ones I have now are pretty long, like 3 or 4 minutes, and that's too long for an interlude. I think this one.
But you can take a snippet. Just take a minute's 60-second snippet, and
Yeah,
phase it
but
in
then
and
I
phase
have
it
to
out.
figure out where to do it and how to do it and all that. If I get one that's already, a short thing or whatever that, because with me, it's hard to figure out where to cut it and not cut it and all that shit, so
Boy
I
will
like,
help you. Trust me. He'll help
I
you.
like, yeah, I like to just, not have to think too much.
Yeah, but Larry, your your boy will, because he's already kind of tech savvy on that level. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So he will help you to set it up right. Just put it to him and say, look, why don't we just even put like a 60-second segment at the
Right.
beginning and at the end. Honestly, folk will love it. And you're showing what talents he's got.
Yeah.
It's a
He showed
beautiful
me, like,
thing.
that picture I have of the coffee mug that I put up before
Yeah,
my broadcast? He showed me
yeah,
how
sort of.
to he showed me how to make it like it's like now it's on and then when I go live it just shuts off. He showed me how
Yeah,
to
it's
make
called
it
a
actually like
thumbnail, Larry. It's called a thumbnail. You can just use your background from your channel as a thumbnail. So if you go and look at Miss
right,
Spacegate, I've only done three things that were ever kind of live, but it just uses my background from my channel, which is the goose with the the chemtraily nonsense behind.
right. He showed me how to make it like instead of just shut completely off, he showed me how to make it like fade away real slow, which is kind
Right,
of cool.
right, right,
And he
right.
gave
I mean,
me
oh my
damn
god.
train.
How do you do it? Oh my god.
Well, what's weird is at nighttime we don't hear it at night. It's just during the day when we're up that we really hear it. But at nighttime it doesn't bother us. It's weird.
Okay, I mean, all right, I get that because you get. I mean, I've lived in mostly quiet places, mostly. Um, but I've also lived in Chiswick in London on a big dual carriageway in between a roundabout and a crossroads with traffic lights, and so you've constantly got these. And I drive. I've driven. I did it for a living for 10 years, so I know the noise of a vehicle. But it was this acceleration deceleration, when the cars and the bikes and the trucks and that, because I was living literally in the middle of this roundabout and a crossroads. Trust me, it messes with your head. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Well,
I did leave there though.
what's
Sorry.
really weird here is I don't even understand why they're honking their horn because there isn't like any intersections
Right.
that
So
are right by here. Because right before what they do, it seems like there's a bridge right down the road. As soon as they start approaching that bridge, they'll start honking their horn, and it's like they're the only ones that can go on this bridge. It's not like traffic can go on the bridge. And then it's
okay,
just straight. It's
here's a
straight
prime
traffic.
example. You've hit it on the head. So if you're driving at night and it's late and there's no one behind you, there's no one coming the other way, and you have to turn off, you don't touch your indicator because you're not indicating to anyone. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, like I said,
That's like a warn.
I could understand if like even if traffic went across the tracks or something, I could understand them signaling, hey, here we come. But where they're
Yeah.
coming from and how they're going, the traffic can't go across their tracks at all. So I don't
Hmm.
really understand why they're honking except to fuck with this. And I really feel sorry because there's houses like, oh, I'd say 20 feet from the tracks.
Oh my God.
So, and what's really bad is like when they get the freight, we can both get freight trains and passenger trains here. When we get the
Does
really
everything
heavy,
do this? Does
when
everything do this? Oh, whoops. Uh oh.
but when they
Does
get when they
everything
get
shake when they go past?
Yeah, the real heavy freight trains, you can hear them like 5 miles away. You hear them, thud, 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 and the ground will just go, will shake
Oh,
with it.
man.
Thud, 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 thud. And
That's
my whole
horrible.
trailer will do that because they get so much weight going by.
Hmm.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah, obviously. I mean, they're cast iron and they're
I've
carrying
seen,
God knows what.
I've
Yeah,
seen
right.
six, I've seen 6 engines on one train go by here. 6 engines.
Wow.
So that's a big fucking heavy train with 6 goddamn engines.
So when I went and did that Edinburgh thing last night, and I've been slightly agoraphobic because of all the dystopian nonsense, obviously. And I
Right.
discovered that I don't like escalators because I've seen people fall down, when they get to the top and the freaking step just, and they get mangled in it. Yeah, so I don't trust them anymore.
Huh.
I definitely don't trust lifts. And I was standing there looking at these modern trains, and they're not like the trains from when my mum, she took me not all over the world, but she took me through Europe a lot. Spain when I was 4, backwards and forwards to Germany. And we went on the old train. So you had the corridor and then you had compartments with doors, and it was all very solid. It was good engineering, not like today.
Right.
And I was just, and I was knackered after the whole thing, and that was my birthday present to myself. It's hilarious. But so I'm in Waverley, Edinburgh station, and I'm just looking at these trains and I'm looking at the components because my dad was an engineer as well, and I've been around mechanics and worked on my own vehicles as well. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at this thing and it's so disturbing. If you have a good look at a train these days, they're not nice. They are not
Yeah.
nice.
My mom's dad worked for the railroad company for like 30 or 40 years,
Wow.
and I think he was there for like 10 years, and
Hmm.
he actually got squished in between two rail cars, and
No.
he basically he had to get a whole artificial like hips and stuff because he crushed it. And this shows you how tough that the people used to be. I think it was
Hmm.
like 8 months after he got squished, he was back at that fucking rail yard working again, and he worked another 30 years after that.
Wow.
That shows you how
Mm.
fucking pussified we
Strong.
are nowadays.
Yeah. But it isn't just on our emotional or mental level, it is on our physical level because if you're not eating the right foods, everything will break down. Your bones, your muscle, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They were definitely stronger. And I'll tell you what, that theatre, them seats, man, they must have been small people because that is an old building I was in last night. They were
Yeah.
tiny, tiny. I was totally freaked out. I literally had palpitations for the whole 2 hours, and I was so looking forward to it. And then when I got there, I went, "Oh my god, this is so high up! What did I do? I bought these tickets." So I'm never doing that again. Always going to be down on the ground.
Yeah.
Too far to fall when you're up in those balcony areas, man. Very scary. And it was packed, packed. I mean, everyone was very lovely. There wasn't,
I'm not
I saw
necessarily.
I saw one woman with a mask. One.
Oh yeah. I'm not necessarily scared of heights, but I respect heights thoroughly.
Right. Now I have a serious aversion to heights. Get off there. Wait a minute. Get off there. No. Sorry, my cat. Yeah, no. Maybe it comes from because I fell out of my pram when I was literally a few months old, and I can actually remember it. And nobody heard me. I was hanging upside down, and the only thing that was holding me was the handle on the old pram, and my foot had gotten caught in it. And I
Wow.
was there against the wall between the pram. Nobody cared. No, my sister came and finally got me, but it was like it felt like forever. I was really, really small, really small.
Wow.
So maybe that's where the height fear comes from, possibly.
Well, I'm sure it has something to do with it.
Mm.
I cleaned
Yeah, but
kitchen
folk ignore
exhaust.
this stuff, don't they?
I cleaned kitchen
Sorry?
exhaust systems for a while, and I had to go on roofs of buildings to clean their exhaust fans and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
there was a couple old, like really super old buildings that you had to go up a fire escape on the side of the building to get to the roof. Well, on these really old ones, the lag bolts would sit there and actually pull out of the fucking wall, and you see the lag go, 4 or 5 inches pull out from the wall. And I got up almost to the top, and this thing's pulling out, like I said, the bolts are pulling out 4 or 5 inches. And I got up there and I'm like, nah, this is as far as I'm fucking going. They're going to have to get somebody else to do this fucking job. So I call them up. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do this job. And they're like, why in the fuck not? And I go, because I'm going to fucking die. I'm like, you're going to have to get somebody that's got a little more balls than I do to get to do this job. And of course, they weren't happy. But that was like one
Hmm.
of the times I got scared. And then the other time was when I was actually on the roof of the Space Needle. I go up there, and
Where?
I've been up the roof of the Space Needle in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
But
You
I went
didn't
up
go
there.
up there, did you? You went up
Huh?
there.
Yeah, on the roof.
You actually went on the roof, but not the needle. Wow. I bet the view was amazing.
Well, I was on the roof of the Space Needle. I could touch the
Wow.
needle itself. I could hang on to the needle if I wanted to on the top of
I
the
bet the
Space
needle was
Needle.
massive, wasn't it? I bet it was a big needle.
It's I think like 100 feet tall or something. Maybe taller
Hmm.
than that. I don't know. It's pretty tall.
Nice.
But I've been up at 100 times.
Sounds
But
good.
the first time I went up on the roof, it was really windy, and you could feel that fucking needle shake going like this in the wind. And what's really weird is up
Quivering.
on the top they got this metal ring that goes on the outside of the needle of the roof. Right, you got to attach your safety hook to. So if the wind blows you off or whatever, you don't fall off. The rope, will hold you there or whatever. Well, the funniest thing
Wow.
is the safety thing. It was a trip hazard. The damn metal bar was like this high off the damn roof of the Space Needle. So it was the perfect height for you to trip over. So I think basically what it's designed to do is make you go further out from the needle.
Ah,
So
ah.
I guess you don't do the swinging thing and hit the side of the
Oh, good
building or
Lord.
something. I don't know, but I
I'd
thought
have
that was
fallen off
fucking.
immediately. See, when you have fear of heights, what happens is you get these extreme palpitations in your chest, and then you get this, it's like a drawing sensation, and you get drawn towards the edge. And
Right.
that is the most horrible sensation. It's probably all in the mind, but that is the sensation I get. And I was trying to enjoy the music last night, and I kept looking down, going, "Oh my God, I'm really high up," and oh my God, my heart just kept going, "Oh my God,"
Yeah.
literally not good. And everyone was really, really lovely around me. There were some really nice people around us sitting, and they all knew that I had real problems with the height, and I was literally the second row away from the balcony. So, and we
Yeah.
are the top balcony
Right.
in the theatre. So go and have a look at Usher Hall, and you'll get a perspective of the height. And if you've got height issues, you'll get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
not. Boom, 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 boom. It was just like, wow, can't handle this much longer. And I was like, okay, because we had to get the train. We knew what time the last train was, and we actually didn't really do the encore. We just, because we knew it was packed. We knew we wouldn't get out for like half an hour, so we'd miss the train, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But everyone was really, they were so sweet around, and they totally got where I was coming from, and it was like, oh, bless them. I just,
So,
they're not here, but I'm just putting it out there.
in the big cities there in your country, like in the really big cities, do your transportation, your bus systems and that go all night, or do they stop?
They stop.
Wow.
They
Around
stop.
what time?
Well, it depends where you are, really. I'm not in London. London's a little bit different. I'm in Scotland. I'm on the east coast. So
Right.
Edinburgh is more slightly old school. So, and you do get last trains in London, but they do have all night buses. So if you can't get a train, you can get a bus. So if you've got a travel card, you can jump on and off trains and buses all night long, all through the night. So you want to go club, no problem. You can go to the club. You can come out. You're going to get a bus home somehow. I mean, don't get mugged on the way, because there is that. But
that's one thing I think, because I grew up in Seattle, and Seattle's a bigger, not a really big city, but it's a bigger city, and buses would run all night long there. So you could pretty much go wherever you wanted, whenever you wanted. The times to catch them just lengthened out a little bit. Instead of like every 15 or 20 minutes, they'd be at every hour and a half or whatever. Yeah. And then when I went to Indiana, the damn buses, the last bus would stop at 9:00.
Oh.
And that 9:00 bus, what it did is it picked the people up at Walmart and then bring them back to the central station. And then once it brought them back there, that was the last bus. So people would get to the station, and then they'd have to figure out how to get from the station to home somehow without a bus. It was really weird. And they didn't run on the weekends at all.
Well, funny you should say that. We do have a very diminished, and I don't really do public transport that much, and haven't done for years. And in fact, I haven't been on a train for many years. I'm not good, because trains aren't like they used to be. You used to be able to open the windows on trains.
Right.
Like literally, you could go out and even if you couldn't open them in the actual rail cart, you could go to the intersection, where each cart connects.
Right.
And you could open the slide it down. I mean, I'm going back some. Now it's so disturbing. I mean, you're literally hermetically sealed. Once you get on there, that's sealed, mate. You ain't getting off.
Wow.
This is what the modern trains are like. And before my mum died, some years back, she came down. That's actually quite some years back, and I had my stomach ulcer then, and I took her back to the train, and I got on the train with her, and I was kissing, and we were hugging, and doing all the daughter and mum stuff, and the freaking door shut, and I was trapped on the fucking train with no ticket, going to Scotland from Banbury. No, I don't think so. So I was freaking out, and I was like, oh my god. And I think it was like the next station. It was quite a long ride to the next station. I got off and I went, I just saw my mum off, and the doors shut really, really quickly. I need to get back to Banbury, thank you. My car was in Banbury. I was totally freaked, absolutely freaked. And I hadn't been on a train for even then a lot of years. And that is when I realised that everything had changed. And that was in 2010.
Yeah.
So everything look, it changed in 2001. 2001, actually changed. And then gradually they took millimeters and inches off us. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I used to, when I was younger, when I was living on the streets, I'd ride the bus a lot just to stay warm and have a place to, nod out for a little while.
Hmm.
I'd ride to
Give
the
you,
end of the line, and I'd get off. I'd get back on the same bus and ride back into town. And
so were those buses open so you could just jump on and off? Because they were in London. You used to jump
well,
on the bus, you could just jump on, mate. They were
they
open
have
on one side.
no, they'd have doors that open and close in the front and the back. So
Right.
you'd have the front that you'd get in by the driver, and you'd put your money in, and then when you left, you could go out the back or whatever.
Right. No, I'm talking about go and have a look at the old, and I'm not talking that old actually, because even let me have a little think. See,
Well, in
so
San
in
Francisco, they got trolley cars that you can just jump on and off.
jumping on it. Right.
Right.
Well,
I
yes,
think,
that kind of
as
thing.
far as I know, San Francisco is the only. I could be wrong. The only city that has trolley cars, electric trolley cars, but I don't know.
No, Edinburgh's had
Well, I mean, here
trams.
in America.
They're still there.
Here in America, yeah.
Mm. No, I mean, last night we could have jumped on a tram rather than walking 15, 20 minutes to the station, but we're both old gits, and I ain't done a lot of walking recently, and I'm a walker. You know what I mean? I've walked
Well,
miles. Pretty much.
sometimes it's quicker just to walk than it is to, you have to sit there and wait a half an hour for the thing to
Well,
show up.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
then you could have been where you needed to go by then.
Right, and this is what Alex said to me. He said, "Oh, well, we could have gotten the tram." I said, "Well, the tram's gone now, and we're still walking, so it don't
Right.
matter." And we were in time. In fact, we were standing around, and I was like, "Oh." And then we got on the train, and they didn't have all the big horrible lights, the strip lights on when we got on, because it had just
Yeah.
rolled up, kind of thing. So it was all nice and chilled. We got a nice seat right by the toilet, which happened to be ungauged, so no toilet. You had to still walk another cabin at least, along. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I just really want to sleep. I was whacked. Both our knees were hurting, and we were just like, yeah, the music was good. The venue, as beautiful as it was so terrible. And it just seemed to take forever. And then we were sitting there, and it was all chilled with the lights down. And then they turned them bloody lights on. I was like, no, what did you do that for? I ain't sleeping now. So I was just sitting there going, oh. And I couldn't see anything out the window. I was like, even though I knew, I'm going over the Forth, and I'm on the bridge and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
but we did have a beautiful, beautiful, amazing sunset on the way there. And everyone, when we came from past this hill, there was this gasp. Oh, wow. When everybody saw the sky, and everybody picked up I didn't take my phone, but everyone around me was picking up their phone, like filming the sky and the Forth, and it was just wow. So that was actually the show, I think.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Why is Anna not with you?
I'm sorry, what?
Why is Anna not with you? Is she busy?
She's sleeping. She's going to be going home today. She
Oh,
usually
she with
has,
you though?
yeah, she usually
Oh.
leaves early. If she stays till Monday, she usually leaves real early Monday because she has to work. But her boss lost his job, so she's not working anymore.
Oh no.
So things are
Oh
going to be tough for us. So we probably won't be seeing each other as much.
no. There's gonna be other opportunities, surely. I hope
Well,
so.
she was kind of getting. I think she was getting screwed by the guy
Really?
anyway, but she was making like $1.25 an hour.
I'm sorry.
$1.25 an hour. That's about what she was making.
That's not right.
Tell me about
Um,
it.
when I was 16 in 1983, I was earning £1 an hour as my basic wage, and then I would make. I mean, it was the food industry, and it was a small business. I was making anywhere between 150 and 270 on tips.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. So what
Well,
was
it's
was
like
she doing?
that's like.
Was it administration-y type thing, or
I'm sorry. What?
was it a type of administrational job, or what was
No,
it?
she was watching those dogs, those wolves,
Oh, for £1, $1.25. Come on,
for three dogs,
no,
three wolves. Well, you
no.
think that's bad? She watched their son is like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months old now, and
Mhm.
mom raised it that the kid always had to be in somebody's arms, or would cry because it was always being carried by mom. So she had to watch it like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, 4 or 5 hours a day. And she asked the guy, she's like, "Can I get an extra $10 for watching your kid?" And he told her that she was working herself out of a way of a job. For $10, the guy wouldn't pay $10 to watch his kid for 5 hours for 3 days
Then
a
you shouldn't
week.
have a child.
No, he's just a
Oh, that.
cheap bastard. He's just a cheap
Yeah,
bastard.
well, I'm sorry. I mean, look, this is all hearsay, but I've got, and sadly, I had to leave all my clients behind. And I promise you, it wasn't a glorified job. I was a housekeeper, but my clients loved me. And I've got one client that is, she's like, please come back down. Please come back down to Northamptonshire. We really need you. And I'm like, I know, but I'm in this thing here. It's a thing that I'm in. It's so bizarre. Honestly, I have no idea what I've got to do here because I'm on my own. I just need some help, like hands, and another brain. And I had
Yeah.
promises, we, hello, Pooch. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
What's your dog called?
Uh, Buster.
What's your dog called? Buster. Hey, Buster.
He's half
Oh,
wolf and half rot.
he's a chill. Oh, I love Rotties. Oh, so he's a big boy. Yeah, he's big, isn't he?
Oh
He's a
yeah.
big boy.
He's probably about 80 or 90 pounds.
Nice. I
At
can
least,
fit
I
about
think.
10 of
Maybe
mine in
closer to.
him.
Huh?
I can fit 10 of my dogs in him,
Yeah.
at least.
He's trying to tell me he wants to go outside, but I don't like putting him out till it's daylight.
Is it dark still there?
Yeah, it's only 6 o'clock.
Right.
We
Right.
got
It's nearly 3:15 here in the UK. Oh, well, in Scotland, anyway.
whoever's in the room. Hello.
Hey, yeah.
Glad to see you here. Hope you join in. Oh
I'll
my
be back.
gosh. Um, What?
So, who's in the house, Larry?
Moose just showed up.
There, Moose.
It's dark.
It's dark, isn't it? You live
Yeah,
now.
We
But
got
you're in a
sleep.
nice house there, though, aren't you, Moose?
I just got
Oh,
to
it's
know.
lovely. Such a
The
beautiful
baby was
place you're
a
in.
sleep terrorist last night.
Sleep terrorist. Oh, baby Moose.
I think she woke up probably like 20 times.
Oh.
Felt like it. Oh, here we go. Some light. Shine
Hey.
the light on me today. What's up, Stinky?
Hey, stinky poo poo girl. How you doing, Minnie Moosh? Minnie Moosh. Hiya. I haven't got my cap on today. I might look different.
All right. She didn't like me telling on her. She's like,
Oh,
I
right,
did
okay.
nothing wrong.
She's like, what? What are you doing?
Larry, what are you doing back there?
I'm just looking at some shit.
Looking at some shit. So,
Fine.
Moose, listen. I went and I bought these tickets in December to go and see. I was just telling Larry to see this because I love like
Water bottle.
Spanish. Yeah, water
Water
bottle.
bottle. Water bottle.
That's my water bottle
Water
from
bottle.
last night. Look, Highland Spring, no less. All the way from all the way from
I got
Scotland.
baby lotion. That's the closest thing.
Yum.
Dude, that shit was so funny yesterday. I was laughing so fucking hard. My stomach was fucking hurting.
I missed it all. Sorry.
It was great. It was fucking great.
Where you gone, Moose? Moose has disappeared.
Yep. Black screen. Black screen of death instead of blue screen of death. We got the black screen of death.
Yeah, but Larry, when I do a black screen, I just slide a bit of card across and then I slide it back. So there's no actual black screen.
Hey, we all have our own little quirks, eh?
Quite. I used to
That's
use these things. I used to use these. I used to use this to put over the camera eye.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, they're really good. They're out of your king size Rizzler packet. Now I'm
That's
using a window cleaner's card. This is my tech, by the way, and it works really well. It's really good. There we go. Look, watch this.
Look at the kid.
Voila.
Look at the kid.
Oh, Pepe.
That's cute.
Hi, Minnie Moosh. Minnie Mooshy.
That's her favorite.
Oh, Mooshy. Favorite finger. Bless.
She got the razzleberry thumb going on.
Oh, she's all better now. Look, she went to Yush. High five, Papa. No. See, all these folk that want to go and argue, they don't know what they're missing.
Yep.
It's the real parenting. Isn't it, Moose?
Yeah. I got bags. I got all your luggage sitting right here.
I bet there's plenty luggage in her bottom. Maybe, hopefully not yet.
It's all good. Everything is good.
Oh,
Good in the hood. All right,
no.
we better
Here it
run for
comes.
that train. Here we go. We got to catch this
Enjoy
train.
your coffee. I know. Oh, they got to do it again. No, they normally do it
That's not.
twice, don't they?
This one's heavier than the last one was.
So they can't put out two.
I don't know. Can't you hear the rumble?
Oh yeah. I did live near a train track for a little while, and it weren't good, and I moved out quite swiftly.
If I could afford to live somewhere else and had somewhere else to go, I'd be there. I
No,
like it here. I like it here, but I hate it here at the same time. I like it because I can live, you know, could, I don't know how to describe it. For my
you
for
have
my
a freedom
income,
there. You have a
for my
freedom there. Like.
for my income, I can live here pretty good. But anywhere else, if I was to move, it cost me. I'd be in the hole probably a couple $100 every month in the hole because of just the cost of living.
Right. Well,
Even these damn trailer spots, they charge. When I was looking a couple years ago, they were up to $900 just to rent a little tiny space.
excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're expensive.
Ooh la
and
la.
they won't let the older trailers in. They don't want you to have anything older than 10 years. So I guess we're supposed to buy a new trailer every 10 years. You know, we can all afford $100,000 every 10 years, right?
Yeah, and then when you look at how they're constructed, it's made out of like freaking aluminium, plastics, and it's all toxic. So
Yeah.
why would you want to live in it?
I was in
No.
this one trailer. I was living in this one trailer. The roof was made of fuck, that really
I
thin.
love you, Larry.
That
The
really
F word
thin.
always good.
What's it called?
Minnie Moose
Damn
is
it.
sneezing. She can't hear. Oh, maybe not.
Rise,
Oops.
rise, child, stand.
Look
Come on,
at that
come on,
face.
stand up.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm Minnie Moose.
Moosey.
Hi, Minnie.
Go, Moosey, go.
Woo!
Moosey, go.
Yeah,
Minnie Moose. Hello,
Go,
Minnie
Moosey.
Moose.
give me that hand.
Go Moose. Go Moose.
Yeah.
Go Moose.
Good the moose.
You got on the moose head.
Aren't you the most beautiful
moose
one in the
head.
world?
Yeah, that's right.
She's
True.
cherub.
It's
You
true.
gorgeous face. Oh,
She's doing pretty good at standing.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
She doesn't want to walk though. If she
Yeah.
wants to get somewhere, she like gets back down and she crawls.
Right.
Unless Daddy comes along and picks her up.
Yep. It's true. Come on. Come on.
No disrespect, Moose. You know that. But
I know.
we succumb to their whims. You know, I don't have human children, but I have children, and they do the same thing. And I remember
Those
what
are
I did as a
smart.
child. So I know.
Those are some funny looking curtains you got behind you there, Moose.
I'll agree.
Nice colours though. They're good colours.
Yeah.
The colours are good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the colours.
The thing about
Green and
Polito
gold,
is
always good.
he brings around a bunch of whatever he's got, and this guy tries to sell you everything out of his car, and I feel so bad for him. And it's like, all right, fine, Polito, I'll get something today. I'm like, I really don't need curtains. I don't. It's actually a Mexican blanket, I believe. It was made into curtains. So,
Oh, they're
Looks
probably
just
actually
lovely.
nice and keep that cold out then, huh?
May I say something, Moose, on that point?
of
It's-
course.
Now, well, no, this relates perfectly to the curtains that come from blankets, and this is the thing. And you've got to see the beauty in this, and that is that my grandmother that I never met, she took two girls through the Second World War, and she made all of their presents out of fabrics that she could find in buildings that she was in at that time. And they always had presents, dollies, clothing. She made them clothes out of curtains. And this is my I'm going to show you a picture of my grandmother. This is the only picture that I know exists. And she was, oh my God. Right, see, this is my mother's room. So there's loads of crap around. This is my grandmother from Berlin.
Wow.
That's my grandmother.
Yeah.
And she took those two girls. My grandfather was in the services, and he was a Morseman. So they were not taken out by plane, by the way. They were taken out by train to beautiful villages, and there were a lot of them, and integrated into these villages where there was food, there was cattle, and everyone worked together. So don't believe the scam, and then go and look at the Rhine camps. The Rhine camps. This is the darker side of it. The Rhine camps. There are millions of German bodies in that soil.
Wow.
Not the Jays, the Germans. So I have a father who's a little raisin from Sri Lanka, who's also got Southern French descent, and then there's the mother from Germany, and so they all meet in London, and then you've got to look at your whole path, the path you can find, because don't go and do any of this genetic stuff. Don't give your genetic material away. Go and walk your own path and learn about your family journey, because a lot of it isn't there, because we know that they took our ancestors away from somewhere else. So none of us really know where we come from. Truly, I promise you.
Well, and I've heard a lot of that genealogy thing is just a big farce, because I seen a bunch of people get tests and it said that they were from one place, and they're like, I don't even have none of that blood in me. And they're like, how do they can say I'm Chinese but I'm totally white, or I'm black but I'm whatever, Scottish or whatever, and they're like, no,
exactly. So you need to just go back as far as you can in your own journey, because I went to Somerset House years ago with my mother. I lost a really good book, but then I gained another book. It was really weird. I left my book. I'm not going to tell you what the book is. I left it. My mum and I were arguing. We'd been looking at our family genealogy in the big books, and I'm talking big books. And we're talking like proper record, like old books. We came out and we were just rocking, and I put my and I just wanted a fag, just give me a cigarette. So, and I left my book, and then we walked down the road and we were still fighting, and we were nearly at the stage, and I went, oh God, I left my book. I went back. Guess what book was lying there in its place? You can't make this up. And go and look this man up. John E. Mack.
Yeah.
John what?
No. E. Mack. John E. Mack. Now, he strangely died in a car accident where his brakes failed. Okay, so I'll tell you the book, and if anyone knows what this book is, it's called The Only Planet of Choice. That's all I'm giving you. Go find it. It is a good read. It's a very good read. And then go and look at John E. Mack.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just another aspect of my journey. So, this is what we need to do. We need to realize our journey, because it's not the destination, it is the journey. If we don't do the journey right, there is no destination.
Right.
That's pretty much it, really. You do have to laugh at it, though, because humor is essential when you're being genocided.
Yeah. Well, I think I must have not slept very good or something last night because I'm just tired this morning.
Same. Pretty much. I'm knackered, mate. I felt like, I went to have fun and I felt like I'd done a day's work when I went to that concert. It's just, you can't make it up. It's hilarious. You've
Yeah.
got to have humor. Always. Humor is essential. And laugh at yourself.
Have you ever heard of Ebmux Moose? Ebmux? EBMUX? I guess he's
Ebmux.
gone.
No, he's doing baby stuff, I think. Ebmux. What? So, what have you found then? I'm open to a lot of things. What's Ebmux?
It's EBMUX. It's a new streaming service, kind of like StreamYard.
Right?
But they have, it looks to me like they have more features and options. And like I said, it's cheaper than StreamYard.
What do they want apart from your money?
Well, both StreamYard and this other one have a free membership, but the problem with the free membership is you don't get, much options or whatever, much time to broadcast and stuff like that. So the next level up, like I said, for StreamYard, the next level up is, for me, is $25. For there, it's only $19. And I get more options and more features on this new one than I do StreamYard. So I think later on today,
they want us to pay for freedom, basically.
Oh yeah.
That's a total BS, then, isn't it? Just for starters.
That's how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yeah, no, I get it, and this is why I say that I respect that you give us a place, even on the tube, and we know what it is or what it's become. So I respect anyone that respects others, and because you are giving more moments to this. So I respect that, Larry. Thank you.
I love that ceiling and that building that he's in. Oh, he left. Oh, he's back. Back in black.
Come on.
There it is.
Why are you kicking me out, man?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, winning. Come on, everybody. Sorry. Oh.
You kicked yourself out, so there.
I'm feeling kind of bullied in here, feeling kind of bullied.
Well, you know me, I'm just a tumbleweed. I'll tumble right over your ass.
We're not in a bullying place here, are we? Come on, we know this.
What are you making there? What's in that cup?
Man, that building's great. Where are you at, Moose? That's a good building. I've been looking at it when you come live, I looked at it. My dad was an architecture. And he built things in wood. And so when I see things like this, it doesn't matter whether your curtains are made out of a freaking blanket. Is it beautiful?
What beautiful? This?
Well, it looks pretty beautiful to me. And there's all green trees. Oh yeah. So how many houses are close to you, and how close are they?
Oh man, let's show you. They're we're right on top of each other.
Oh really?
Not as bad in the city. The city's a lot worse.
Okay. Mm. Interesting.
He froze.
Very, very interesting.
Here we go.
Ooh. Oh no, it's nice there, man. It's good. It's a little bit Mexicano. See. Oh, it's nice. It's good. This is a good place.
Look at that floor.
Nice. Oh, terracotta floor.
It's too cold.
It's good. Come to
Floor's
Scotland,
colder
darling. Come to Scotland. Ain't
I
cold.
don't-
Come to
I don't
Scotland.
like that
Trust
floor though. It's too cold when you wake up and you put your feet on tile floor.
and
Yeah.
put some woolly socks. Put some woolly socks on.
Woolly.
Some woolies. Put your
Woolly
woolies
socks.
on. Damn it, Moose.
Put some woolly
Don't
socks
you
on,
know?
boy. Look,
Yeah,
I'd rather
it's-
have a terracotta floor going through the house than concrete or plastic, or do you know what I mean? So don't knock it.
I hear you. I'm not complaining. It's not a
Oh
complaint.
no, I know. That's a great roof, man. That's freaking woven, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
pretty awesome.
Can you expand the ceiling? Can you expand Moose's picture so we can just see that amazing ceiling? Yeah, man. Come on. We've got to do it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I mean, look. Someone made that with their hands. Got to learn this stuff. These are the things that we have forgotten, right?
It's actually weaving together. Look, it's weaving together.
Yes. That was my point, is that we need to remember these old skills, whether
And-
it's
and
wood
look at this.
or reeds.
The one on top's even better.
Oh, come on then. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. And then they obviously kind of lacquered it, varnished it, didn't they? Oh, it's nice. Oh, wow. That is a great... So are all these like this inside? So it's like a
Yeah,
little village, a holiday village. Wow.
All the older ones I think have thatch, but I think the newer ones, I don't think they still do this as much.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Well, this place was built for rich people, and because
Wow.
it's in a flood zone, I'm not rich. You know, I mean, I'm rich in a lot of things, but
Moose,
it's
I
built in a
love you.
flood
That
zone,
is so sweet.
and
Neither am I.
all
Listen,
these houses
I've got to go
flooded,
and
right?
see the freaking bank so I can pay for the electricity because my folk just died on me. I've got to go and get bills paid. So I know the bank manager, but you know where I'm coming from, don't you? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, if you don't pay your council tax, they fucking take your house.
Council
Yeah.
tax. What a fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
That's why people
it's
come
this,
here.
mate. It's called a wank.
Taxes down here are like
Mhm.
$20 a year.
You're in Mexico, though.
Yeah, I have to go back.
I know you
Otherwise,
are.
I'm an illegal immigrant.
Are you going
I don't
to
go back home.
Anacapulco? Anacapulco, go to Anacapulco. Take your baby. Go and
Do
see.
they really
Go
do they
and see
really
the crowbar.
focus on that though, illegal people being there? Do they really hassle those people that aren't there legally?
Yeah, if you're a piece
No.
of crap. If
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
if you're a dirtbag, they'll be like, get out of our country, and they'll take your ass to the border and throw you over.
Yeah. Government don't mean shit there, mate. But hey, so here's the thing. The Mexican, whatever they call it, the another freaking puppet, and he was kind of okay, but he's just met up. It's a North American treaty. So there is no more South America and North America and whatever the Americas they are. So just pay attention to that, and you can. I don't know what the bill is called, but it will affect literally the world. I mean, these are all things that affect everyone, everywhere. So go and have a look at the North American Treaty. There is a number because they like to assign numbers. They're not happy unless they've got either like stupid acronyms or like series of numbers. Know what I mean, don't
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah.
It's the same
Believe me, if
all
I
over
could,
the world.
I would move to Mexico in a heartbeat if I could if
Oh
I
yeah,
could keep my money. But as soon as I move out of the
oh yeah.
United States, I lose my income.
Oh
Nah,
no,
you
I don't
just gotta
care about
find
that.
a. You gotta get your social security sent like directly to your account. People down here, there's tons of people that live on social security and disability and stuff.
But the problem is, as soon as I start using my card there, they'll know that I'm there, and then they'll cut my money.
You're not allowed, like, you don't get your money in a bank account.
It's put on a like a debit card, like a prepaid debit card.
You just got to live closer to the border then, so you can go over the border and take your money out and then come back.
Yeah.
Well, why don't
Or
you?
have somebody I can
I'm
trust
asking
that
you to
will
say
keep it
this.
in an account, and then I could get it from their account, and then use it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody
Okay,
that I
well,
could
I
really.
haven't even left my country, and I was working really, really hard when I was down in Northamptonshire. I've come here for obvious reasons, and now I'm in a situation where I have to hold on to this house, and also, and I've been ill, and I've got like 5 animals because I brought my 4, and there was a cat here, and the cats don't get on, and it's all that crap. And then so I am now at the mercy of the bank manager. Okay. So this is something important to if you get to know your bank, and I'm not saying this happens with everyone, it's all different.
Right.
You get to know the one that is kind of got the little threads in that particular body, because they're all just bodies, they're just bodies. They're not real beings, they're not entities. Constructs. You have to get right with that before you go anywhere. And sometimes it's not easy to do that. And I couldn't do that before I came up here. So now I'm in this situation. I'm going to give an example, which is probably slightly more extreme than mine, and that is Max Egan, and that he had to get out of Australia because he was talking about the CM over in New Zealand, and that's pretty much all I can say. And so when he got to Mexico, and he literally got out by the skin of his teeth, had he have not gotten out of there, they had gone round and they'd gone to his sister's, and they were really setting him up. So he just got this feeling, and I'm kind of feeling that way, but I have a house. He didn't, he was renting. I'm not renting. This is my parents. I'm like the executor, which doesn't, trust me, it's not as great as it sounds, because they want you to jump through hoops and, oh, really? And are you really this? And are you something else? And blah, blah, blah. And so they do all this nonsense with you. They play with your head, I mean, they shut down Max Egan's bank account. They shut him down. He had no finance, and he just went, I've got to get out. And it's like his world. Like he grew up there, born there, and he loves it. But he knew how to get out. And then when he got there, they fucking shut his bank. Sorry, they shut his bank account down. He had no money, and if he hadn't have had the individuals that give just a little bit, he wouldn't be here now. And now, I mean, he's been there 17 months. It's not 5 minutes, right? It doesn't. So it's like these people here that I'm dealing with, they want me to deal with it in like 3 to 6 months. Go away. I'm on my own dealing with this. It's kind of similar. But now he's got a bar in Acapulco. And it's part of the local community. And this is what we need to do, is be with your local community. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter what country you're in, whatever community you can pull together, any way you can, You know, some of you are way younger than me. You know, for me, it's a little bit more difficult. But do that. And if you can't do it, teach the younger ones. Because they're killing us older folk off. I promise you. Just get right with
Yeah.
yourself. Get right with your neighbours. And get right with nature. That's a really good place to start.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna name this the War of the Souls.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're after. They want our souls. They do. I'm not going to go into, you know, things that we get censored for talking about, but we're literally in the War of the Souls. And War of Consciousness. Control of consciousness. Control of soul. Am I right? I wish I wasn't. Are you going to do some music? Come on.
I gotta get my daughter a drum set and me a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
We're gonna be our own band in nature.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Now, it's probably not good to play this to Mini Moose, but go and have a look at Ren, R-E-N, not R-E-M, R-E-N. He's a British rapper, R-E-N. Go and have a listen. Ooh, it bites. You might like it.
That.
It is a little disturbing. Just a pre-warning, a little disturbing, but he's so on point. It's like, wow. Really, wow. And it doesn't matter what nation you stand on. This is so true for all nations, where we all are right now.
Well, it doesn't matter where you are, because as we've seen with this whole jabba dabba doo, it goes everywhere in the world. They I mean, they literally control the minds of everybody, even the minds of people in a desert. So it made me realize. Weird, isn't it? Yeah, it made me realize there's nowhere you can run. Unless you get on a sailboat and you be like Gilligan and go find yourself an island, you're not getting away. And even then, I'm sure that there's some Chinese spy balloon that'll come over and be like, "Put your mask on, boy."
Well, I'm kind of a little bit dubious about the balloon, actually. I think it's a little bit of a trying to mess with your head kind of thing, you know? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. They're all in the same club.
Oh, yeah. So whoever's in chat,
sorry?
Whoever's in chat, you gonna talk with us, or you just gonna sit and listen?
It's a big club, and you and I ain't in it.
You know what I'm saying? And why would you want to be? Why would you want to be? Because it's not about destruction.
I want to be part of the gang.
No, I like the Larry and Moose gang, and anyone that is respectful to true freedom, because you can't take away freedom. You don't have to beg for it. So no.
Oh shit! Chuck charges the chat. He says.
Oh, Chuck.
But the question is, what is the going rate for chat nowadays?
It's 2 wiggles of a winkle.
Oh shit! Moose just gave it.
Oh, no, hang on. No, hang on. I'll tell you what it is. It's 2 millimeters of hair across your arm. Because it's a nonsense.
2 shakes of a straw.
Oh yeah, so pretty unique. Yeah, going on. It's not disrespectful. It's it's a loving thing. Anyone that don't like love, bugger off. Sorry, Larry. I had to say that.
Chuck says he's going to get his morning coffee. He'll be right back.
Excellent. Enjoy.
My coffee didn't help me this morning. I'm still kind of out of it.
I can't do coffee. It gives me palpitations. I love coffee, but I can't do it.
Yeah. I can't drink more than 2 cups. If I drink more than 2 cups, I'm in that damn bathroom all day.
Oh, that's not good. It's
Yeah,
really
so I
bad if you're on the road. It's really bad, and there's no toilet.
Well, it took me a while to figure out I couldn't drink more than 2.
Mm.
2's okay. I still go to the bathroom, not really like a whole lot, but I consider a fair amount. But if I drink a 3rd cup, I'm in that damn bathroom, it seems like every 5 minutes.
Right, okay. For anyone that's listening, you know you're with the old gits when we're talking about bathrooms.
That's for sure.
I've got the same problem, mate. You ain't alone. Hey, young'uns, it's all coming to you.
Well, most people don't know that coffee is a diuretic, and that's why
Exactly.
you have to pee so much, is because it actually
What
dehydrates.
it does is it dehydrates. It removes liquid from your body. It extracts it.
Right.
That's probably the best way to describe it. And if you do drink water, be careful where your water comes from.
Yeah.
I need a spliff. I'm sorry. It's not going to affect anyone.
Don't be sorry.
No, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, here I don't really
I
drink.
can't find my big papers, so I'm having to stick little ones together, which is always great fun.
Here we have city water, so I don't really drink it that much. I'll cook with it, but then it's boiled and stuff. So
no, you shouldn't drink it either or cook with it. No, don't. Honestly, don't. It's not good.
I have no other choice.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Unless I want to pay for water, and my funds are limited.
Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid.
Yeah, true.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Say it every day.
Yes.
And then go drink that toxic water and know that it's killing you, but it won't win.
What was the guy called? The Japanese guy? Ismail Amachu that did all the water stuff. So here's a thing to try. I'm not saying it will work.
Oh, Dr. Yamamoto.
Yes. So before it's a bit like saying grace, I suppose. Before you ingest anything, bless it. Bless what you're going to ingest. Whichever way you want to bless it. Show it love. Because I do this, and I drink. Okay, I'm a drinker. I don't care. And I smoke like a freaking chimney. So and I'll be 56 in 4 days. So I don't know. Ain't that bad, is it? Obviously. So, but do the blessing on whatever you're gonna put in, whether it's freaking vodka or whether it's shitty pizza. I mean, try to stay away from pasta, pizza, and breads these days because they're putting insect pulp in it. So don't eat it. It will kill you. It literally quicker than you would want to be killed. Okay, it will destroy your system. It will make you very ill. We're not designed to eat insects. It's very important. But
come on, a few grasshoppers good for you. What are you talking about?
No. Stop it. Moose. What was his name again? Doctor. The water guy.
Yamamoto.
Right, so it's kind of self-explanatory, and you can do this yourself. You can do all these experiments yourself. You don't need to just go and look at what other people have done or read or regurgitated. You can do these
Wow.
experiments yourself. Sorry?
Well, for some reason my head's itching today.
Oh, well, you know what that's called? All the BS falling on us.
Well, my hair's kind of dry for some reason. I think that's why it's kind of itchy. It's because it's dry. I don't have enough oil in my hair for some reason. It seems like.
Get water on you and then some oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got, okay, so here's the thing. So it's kind of a more womany thing, but when you moisturize, you don't need to use creams and things like that. So what you do is you moisturize your skin with water, and then you can take something as simple as milk thistle oil, olive oil. Those are two of the best ones to use. And you just distribute it on your hands, you dab it all over you, and you rub it in gently. And that is the best moisturizer. Not
Yeah.
creams, nothing with a label on it. Just get cold pressed oils. And be careful. I mean, hemp oil is really, really good for your gut, and it must be cold. Everything must be mechanically pressed. It must not be chemically extracted. And most of your oils, your seed oils today, if you're buying them commercially, they're chemically extracted. Do not use canola oil. It is one of the worst oils. Vegetable oil, even sunflower oil. Eat the sunflowers naturally, raw, take them out of the shell. Don't bother with all those oils. Stick to the two best oils, and that literally is olive oil and milk thistle oil. I've used them for years. Amazing. You can use them inside and out. Yeah, coconut oil as well, but even that, there's the extraction method is very good. So, you know, you need to go and educate yourself. You can't go and follow anyone. You know, there are no gurus. You are the guru. Be the guru. Be your own. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I'm making a spliff with a bit of green. I'll be back.
All right. Oh, shit.
You haven't just still got trains going by you, have you, Larry?
What was that?
I said you haven't still got trains going by you, have you? There was a load of noise then just now.
No, the
Oh,
trains go. The trains go. I think about every half hour or something. Hour. I'm not sure.
this buggered off.
The weirdest thing I think is we got both passenger and freight trains that go on the same track.
Right, right. Damn. So you're gonna get it more than every half hour, aren't you? Surely.
Moose says he keeps getting kicked out, and then when he comes back, he has no sound.
No, Moose, you're not kicked out at all. I doubt it
No,
very much.
StreamYard
Probably a
keeps getting
signal, isn't
him
it?
out.
Ah, okay.
It's actually me because I just every time I see Moose, I just got to kick him out of there, right?
No.
uh, that's just the way I roll.
No. Stop it. You don't do that at all.
Damn it!
You got to get right with your tech, mate. That's all. Once you know what you're doing, there ain't going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a problem. Is I never know what I'm doing. Yeah,
You're not alone.
I heard that.
Get Moose back on.
He's doing something.
He's lurking. Moose, you're lurking.
The damn lurkers. What are they good for besides lurking, right?
Well, you know when I lurk, because I tell you, you know what I'm like. If I can't hang around, I come say hi, send a bit of love, and then I bugger off. I
Yeah,
actually spend quite a bit of time on Odyssey.
yeah.
Well, it's less censored and all right, the live streaming and they've been really glitchy recently actually. I have actually got a BitChute channel and I'm connected to a few people there, but I haven't been able to get back on there. I got locked out the same time as my Spacegate got locked out, and my email, my original email, got locked out by Google. All happened at the same time. It was really weird. And so this is why this channel exists, because I always said I'm not going to have more than one channel because it's ridiculous. Why bother? And then they pushed me.
Yeah.
So there you go. Is anyone still listening?
We got 3 in chat, it says.
Yay! Come on. Who is it?
Oh, I'm not sure who else. Who I think it's Moose
Oh,
and
okay.
Chuck, and I'm not sure who the third person is.
Did you say Chuck?
Yeah, he'd left. He was here, I don't know, about
Right.
20 minutes ago, said he was going to go get his coffee and be right back, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure what's going on.
So we've really only got Moose and us. It's all right. And lurkers. There's always lurkers. We love you, lurkers. Mwah. You should come up and have a chit chat though. Probably better. Is she still sleeping then, Larry?
Anna?
Mm.
Yeah.
Good. Rest is a good healer though.
Oh, yeah.
I think don't underestimate good sleep.
Hmm.
How long have we been on here? When did you start, Larry?
A little over 2 hours.
Oh, so I've been here about an hour, haven't
Probably a little over.
I? Okay. It was a really bright morning this morning, and now all the grey, the murk is spreading across the sky. They were quite busy this morning, actually, I noticed, with their stratospheric aerosol injections. They do a lot of it over in Scotland, by the way. It's not just the United States.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll find, and well, I'm only speaking from my own experience, is that generally, and I lived in Croughton. If you go and look up Croughton, it was a massive military base there. Well, it's still there. And they've got all these golf balls everywhere, huge golf balls. But yeah, lots of rain, and but I've experienced a lot of stuff over there as well. Weird things coming down through the sky and going into the military base, and I was literally driving next to it in my little car, and there's like this green, red, and yellow thing shooting through the sky next to me, and went straight into the military base.
Wow.
RAF, I might add, RAF, no less. Or shall we say, RAF? RAF. Because it's the Anglo-American thing, isn't it? For anyone that knows. Good in. And say hello to the people. Come on. Come on. And say hello. And say hello to everyone. Everybody wants to see Tobin. Tobin is gorgeous. Yeah. Come here. Toby. Right. I need to angle this button. Toby. This is the £1,300 cat. The £1,300 pussy cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,300 quid, mate. So what's that? $1,700 or something like that. Gosh. They're a little gorgeous. He doesn't care much. Mind you, he likes to sleep on the tablet.
That's funny. I wonder if it's because it's warm.
No, it's not, actually. I don't know what it is. It's got to be to do with EMFs, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an EMF thing, because if you look around, especially the modern lights, you know, the twirly ones, the digital lights. So if you have a look and you've got an upright standing light where the bulb is upright, you have a look and you'll find all the insects die. They get attracted and then they die all around. Then they get stuck to it. It's really weird. But I've watched this for years, since these modern lights have come in.
Yeah.
Well, that was something to be concerned about. Like Christmas lights. You know what we call Christmas lights? None of these are incandescent lights. They're not the old lights. They're totally different. They work different. Is it just us now? Probably, isn't it? It's probably quite cool. Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
can be the chair people of the board. Oh yeah, here's my sister in Berlin when she was a.
Yeah.
That's Anoma, my sister in Berlin, where my grandparents' house used to be. And, you know, she lived there and I went backwards and forwards through the years. She's grey now, though. She's 6 years older than me. We all go grey, don't we? Oh, I think that's her daughter. She's gorgeous. Look at her daughter. Wait, there's her daughter. There's Anoma's daughter. There you go.
Uh,
A little bit of sharing with my family, that's all. Are you going to go and take a nice cup of tea or something?
I don't like tea.
Oh, whatever she likes to drink. So. What does Anna like?
I think she likes tea. I'm not sure.
Well, you've been together quite some time. You should know what she likes.
We don't. I don't like tea, so I'm thinking she hasn't really drank any. I don't know though.
Fair play. So, what are your plans?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna probably after I get off of here take a nap. Kind of tired still.
So
And then,
you got out of your bed, you made it to the sofa, and now you're going back in your bed.
well, yeah, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
That's really good. I like that. Hey, if you can please yourself, why not?
Well, I kind of that's why I have her around is so she can please me, so I don't have to please myself.
Well, yeah, there is that. I get that.
Hey, Dirty Larry's got to come out once in a while.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think everyone has their little dirty, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
Everybody wanks, and anyone that says they don't are liars.
yeah.
I'll be back.
All right.
I just looked at the time over here and it's 1313.
Wow.
I know. Oh, it just changed. But there you go. It's all just numbers, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Well, you should go and have a kip. Go and have a kip, man.
Do what?
Kip. A kip is sleep. A small sleep.
Oh,
It's a kip.
okay.
It's a British
Yeah.
term.
Ah.
So if ever I say I'm going for a kip, that means I'm gonna have a nap.
I see, said the blind man.
To the mute.
Well, duh.
Duh.
That's a given, I think.
I'm just joking. Where's Sly been? She all right?
She said earlier she was too high to come up.
Love you, Sly. Yeah. It's all good. As long as she's all right, I'm happy. As long as you're all right, I'm happy.
But what if I'm all left?
Pardon?
What you said? As long as I'm all right. I said, but what if I'm all left?
Well, we can be the balanced bit that's in the middle.
There you go.
You knew that,
God.
didn't you?
Oh.
I think it's
Oh.
bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well.
I don't know if I didn't sleep good or woke up wrong or whatever, but I just kind of woke up tired. I'm usually not.
Well, that cat next to you is definitely having a good sleep. I can see the face and the creamy chin. Oh.
She's my buddy.
She got a white tummy and white socks and boots.
No, she's all like this. She's a coon and puma.
Right, so but she got, is it like a tux where she's stripy on top and underneath it's all white? Like
No,
white.
she's not white underneath. She's all striped. Well, maybe she's white.
No, she's got a white chin. I can see it.
Yeah, kind of a little white on the bottom.
And she's got a white. Well, yeah. Well, my cat has got more black than yours. Look, this is Toby.
Yes.
He's not going to like this.
She's
Right,
got
this is
stripes.
Toby.
She's got stripes and spots on her.
Yeah, same. He's the same, but he's actually got no white. Where's he gone? He's got a light chin though, see that?
Yeah.
But that's literally, and then he's got a honey-coloured mottled tummy, but I tell you, if you get off my clothes, no, come here, you little monkey, no, get off the clothes, you little sod. Sorry. Yeah, no, he's literally like a short-haired Scottish wildcat. He almost looks like.
Yeah.
But he
That's a
won't
first-
leave the house. No, Larry, he will not leave that. He won't go out of the house. He refuses. I've tried. Really
Yeah.
interesting. He's a full Tom. He's got his knackers, you know, he's full balls and everything. But he
Wow.
does not want to know don't want to know strangers. You know. He's a bit more chilled with strangers now, but you know.
Before
Generally,
I got these two kittens, I had another cat, and it was a male cat, and it looked kind of like these ones. And he was scared to go outside for a long time until he got out one day, and then once he got out, he smelt that pussy, and he hasn't came back since. Well, besides, we got a lady here too that feeds all the cats, so he's got pussy and food. He doesn't need anything else, so he never did came back.
Oh, well, no, this one's different. I mean, he's been now, we're going into the 7th year pretty much. So, yeah, no, he's really not interested.
These
He's
guys
not.
are just a little over a year old.
Oh, they're just babies.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Hey, girl. She's cute. She's a very pretty girl.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
character. Her name is Mischief.
Mischief. She's got a very white chin. She's definitely got a very pronounced white chin. Nice colours though. And she's got that dark stripe down her back, and she's a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl, Mischief. Yeah. Oh, she's on heat. She's on heat. She's sticking her ass up in the air. She needs a bloke.
Yeah, they're both in heat
She's
right
on heat.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's definitely on heat. Oh yeah.
yeah, she's in heat big time. She's a talker. She's a talker when she gets in heat.
I know,
Huh.
and that's why she's hanging around you a lot. Is because she knows you're a male, even though you're not. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing. You're more like
You think that's bad? They're both jealous of Anna, so they'll go and they'll piss on Anna's purse and stuff.
That's hilarious.
It pisses her off.
Do they go ring? No, it's true though. They're not stupid. You know, they know male and female. They can tell when someone's not good and
Well,
good. And
they smell it. They smell our pheromones.
absolutely, absolutely.
She says there's times when she can smell Anna can smell my pheromones. She said she's like, woo.
But you know, we can. I mean, male, female, whatever. You know, and it's not always in a sexual sense. Even if we walk in a bar or a restaurant and you pass someone and you can smell them, and I'm not talking about their perfume or their clothing. It's like them. I'm not
Right.
talking about BO either, by the way.
Right. No, I know what you're saying.
Mm. It's like when you meet someone that you've supposedly never met before, and you hug them, and you just, you know, not when I say kiss, I mean just a cheek kiss kind of thing,
Right.
and you can smell them, and you go, I know you.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
What's happened to that? That's called the 6 feet apart nonsense, mate. That's called the social distancing. You're not allowed to smell each other.
Well, of course not. We might connect, and we don't want you to connect.
Exactly. Well, we will, so they can. I didn't swear. Bless you.
Well, I think I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to hang out here until it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's like 8 more minutes, and I think I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, man, go and do your thing. We've all got to do our thing.
Gonna do a couple things, and I think I'm gonna go back to bed.
Horizontal was wonderful.
Yeah. Well, plus I get to cuddle with her, you know, a little bit before she decides to get up and leave for the day. So.
And then there's the spoons.
I gotta go. I gotta go pay my light bill and put my rent check in the mail. So I got to do that sometime today.
That sounds like fun.
Luckily, they're not only a couple blocks apart. So.
But yeah. So I take it they're like government buildings.
Yeah, well, the place I pay my light bill to is called Sub, and
Right.
The post office, you know, is the post office. So I usually take my mail when my rent check up to the post office because I don't trust putting it out in the mailbox here.
Mhm.
Somebody come
Right.
by and fucking take it, and then I'd get,
Yeah. No, that's no
and
good.
then I'd be not paying my rent. My owner would go, "What the hell? How come you didn't pay the rent?" And I'd go, "I put it the checks in the mail," and then yeah, okay.
Mm.
You're gonna use one of the 7 most used lies, and I'm supposed to believe it, right?
Mhm.
And I can't afford to pay double rent, so
Trust me, I know this has happened to me. I've been scammed plenty.
that's just so sad.
Yeah, I know. But you know, there's folk out there that are just they've lost the plot, mate. You should know this by now.
Oh yeah,
And they think they can come and scam them. Yeah, I've been scammed. Just recently kind of been scammed as well. So but I'm not gonna go into that right now, but yeah. So yeah, they do. They'll scam you if you let them.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
That's why, like, I won't answer any emails. You know, if I don't know them, and even if I do know the person, like if they send me a link or something, I'll call them up and say, "Hey, did you send me this?"
Right.
Because they'll go into people's emails and send their emails, but they didn't send it. Somebody else sent it just to so you'll click on that damn thing to get all your information. And then sometimes even lock your computer or whatever out so you can't use it until you pay them a ransom to be able to use your own shit.
That's
I mean,
disgusting.
it's just all
Right.
kinds of bullshit.
Mm.
And like phone calls, I won't answer a phone call unless I know, unless they have a name attached. And I don't
Hmm.
care what service they're offering me, I won't take it. The only time I do service is if I call them and I know I'm actually calling, whoever I want to call.
Oh, I know where you're coming from. But however, there's a thing here. When you're as old as you and I are, and Anna and anyone else around our age, you've been around, you've been using the internet before you actually knew that you were being scammed. So you've already
Yeah,
put all your information out there. It's out there. Okay?
yeah,
So it doesn't really matter what platform you use. If they want to look at what you're doing, they will scour for you. Okay? Because they're very disturbed beings. I'm going back to the Borgie type things.
probably 30 years ago, I was getting emails from all these.
Right, because you buy things online, you don't know that when you give your email, you're going to get freaking hammered with emails from them, right?
Well, I
And
used to
I
get
say,
emails from like they'd say, "Oh, I'm a diamond,
oh, they
widow,"
have
or
banners. Yeah, totally, man. This is what I was working against.
yeah,
Yes.
they'd be all like, I'm a diamond widow. My husband got killed by
Yeah. With
the
Larry, our forums, we used to go and scam the scammers, and so
yeah,
we would always post up their letters and emails and whatever, and the repetitiveness of these emails because they would uh, cut and paste like from
yeah.
other
They all
emails.
say
And
the same thing.
yeah, but
They all say
yeah,
the
but hang on
same
a minute.
thing.
But what they didn't think was that their English wasn't very good.
Right, right.
So we would then go and scam the scammers. And so for that, I'm how many in the house?
Zero.
Just us. Cool.
Yep.
There'll be someone hiding, trust me. Anyway, it doesn't matter because this is well known. So what we would do is we would, and this was to help folk that were being seriously scammed. I mean, we're talking their life savings, right?
Right, right, right.
We would go into the scammer's email account because we were given pathways to get in. Okay, that's the best way to term it. So
Right,
go in, we would go into each email, and we already had kind of an inkling because of people that had been talking in the forum, so we knew what kind of uh, um, structure of the email would be. You know, the message. But, ooh,
right, right.
we're so forlorn, and or oh, madam, you've won a lot of money, you know, those kind of shit things. So we would go in and we would pick out like we would really have to discern and pick out the best ones, and then we would go and warn, because their email would be in the email. The
Right,
ones that are
right,
being scammed were in the email. So we would have to
right,
get into the email box, take out the stuff that we needed, make the email unread before, and we didn't know when they were coming back into their email box.
right,
So
right,
if they come in and there's a new email that's been already read, they know someone's infiltrated their email box. Get me?
right, right, right,
And so this wasn't paid work. It's because I got scammed heavily. I got so peed off with it. And I got involved in, there were two different forums. I'm not going to mention the names right now, and they're probably still going, hopefully, because they did a lot of good stuff. One was international, and I think the other one was like Anglo-American type thing. So the other ones were all kind of Thailand and India and Africa and all that places.
right,
The emails I got back, but literally it was almost every single one I warned was, thank you so much. We nearly gave away 30 grand or 100 grand, or it was ridiculous money they were being scammed for. And when
right,
I got scammed, it was nowhere near anything like that.
right.
So you don't need no government to tell you about scams. Just be aware. Learn to read. Reading is important, whether you like it or not. Read a freaking book. You know, even if
Right.
it's just a paper. Just learn to
Well, what's
read
even
the dictionary. Read an old dictionary. Get an old dictionary. Read an old dictionary.
yeah, what's really bad nowadays though, they use like, let's just say, Best Buy logo, so they'll make it look like you're on a Best Buy website, but you're not really. So then you order something or whatever from them, and then you end up not getting nothing, and your money taken. Fucking
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Look, I've had it up actually. I mean, the scamming is not. I mean, it wasn't all huge, but if you add it all up, it does add up to quite a bit. But it goes into like buying shoes online, and you really got to know what you're doing. If you're gonna
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
online, you've got to know who you're buying off. You know, it's not really that complicated. It's a child can work this out, really, but it's all
yeah.
this. It's all this. Right, when you hire out your children to institutions, that is when the stupidity begins.
Right.
You know, and I mean, this kind of goes back somewhat, and many nations did this as well. Because what they did was they infiltrated the children, and then the children ratted their parents out.
Right.
Well, no, it's wrong, but I get that you get it, and that's good. But see, it's the younger ones that need to learn this stuff. They're the ones that are being, with their heads and stuff. So they're
Yeah.
buying all this Greta stuff and nonsense. Just utter nonsense.
Right. All right, girl. Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you for
Bless you.
spending your time with me, and I'll see you again.
All right. Send my love to Anna and all your animals,
I will. You take care. Bye bye.
and anyone else that is cool. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.